Today, we need to talk about V getting a bit emotional after spending a beautiful day. We need to get into fans mass unfollowing and upset after RM addresses a controversy. And then we have V asking if RM is leaving. So, hey Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumpling, hey spinning book merch, and let's go. V has been doing promo for his album and singles, and the rollout of everything feels very natural. And I really love that. Everything that he has been doing feels very much like he has decided the album will be him. His promotion thus far has been his own reality show, which I react to on Patreon, link in the description. And so we're not only having him top of mind with all the reality content, we're also seeing his true self and how he interacts. Of course, I feel like this is something he'd love to do, even if the cameras were not there, but the reason he is even pursuing any of this is, of course, for his comeback. The cameras wouldn't be there otherwise. He ended up doing a somewhat unique promotion effort, and armies online have been in love with it. V or his team decided it would be so fun for V to spend a day with the fan and do numerous cute things. It started with the fan in a cafe, and V then called the fan's name while she was sitting there. She turned around in utter shock and could not believe that V was right there. I think it took her a moment to realize that this was real. I think it would take a while for all of that to sink in for anyone. Even outside of being starstruck, I think it's a weird feeling to see someone you've seen online a lot and then seeing them now in the flesh. So that's the feeling that exists outside of celebrities, like even just meeting an internet friend. So for someone you admire, love, and look up to, those feelings hit tenfold and are very much overwhelming. The two, V and the fan, ended up doing a lot of things. They went to an arcade and played so many fun games, and then they went into a photo booth and took cute photos, and then the two had some food. It was probably a whole day, but it was probably no more than like 5 or 6 hours, as the sun hadn't set when it was over. And Korean reality shows are very much based in reality. American ones are more scripted to make it more dramatic and interesting, which is not bad, but means you would watch a reality show as entertainment rather than a real thing that happened. But in Korean ones, it's actually real. And so I can only imagine how much fun the fan had during those few hours, and I could imagine it probably felt like a year. The two probably talked about so many different things, and she probably really got to know V very personally. There's probably a ton of conversations that the two had that didn't make the cut because it might have been too personal. The fan ended up shedding a tear or lots of tears when it ended, and she had to say goodbye. She initially said goodbye totally fine and was okay when V was there, but completely broke down when V left, or when she thought V left. And I can only imagine, because at the moment when he leaves, that's probably when everything hits you. You just realize how much fun you had, and there's this feeling of maybe you'll never have this much fun again. And it's also this feeling of the fact that you'll never see him again because he's a celebrity and busy. And I know this feeling, it's very hard because you feel a huge sense of loss. And V then came back and asked her why she was crying and told her basically to not cry. Of course, there is no loss here. She can always go and meet V during fan meets or just any situation like that, and V will gladly talk and keep up with her life. She is also now forever going to be remembered by ARMY, and if there's any important life updates, ARMYs will surely spam V to let him know. She is also someone that got into the military, and that was her dream. There was a follow-up on that, and that she got in or got into a military class. She sent a message to the show, and the show moved the message to V. V then posted it on his story to congratulate her. This was so sweet, and during the emotional moment where she cried, people believed that V got emotional and maybe shed a tear as well. And someone like her definitely deserves the best, so I'm glad she had this opportunity before enlisting. V has been a bit more active on social media with a live stream, being on Weverse, and of course this new video that just came out. He posted something on Weverse which was very cute, so what happened? RM, who I will get into a little bit more later, posted some photos on his IG story. He posted one where it's him on a train. I wonder if this is the same train company that leaked his private information. He also posted a selfie with someone. I am assuming this is a close friend or family. It's a Polaroid pic. There was then another where he was wearing a mask. He was by the side of the road, and I believe maybe doing a bike ride. And lastly, there was just one of a dog that he saw on the road. These are so cute and likely just a photo dump. V then left a comment under those photos to ask RM if he was leaving or going anywhere soon. I think V might know something that we don't, like if this is an activity that RM only does when he is leaving, or if these particular pictures are nowhere near where he currently lives, so V thinks that RM is planning a trip. But for most of us, the comment of "are you leaving" wouldn't occur to us, so V saying that could mean something, or maybe not, I don't know. But it wouldn't be surprising, since RM is working on a second solo album, that he could be preparing to leave to go to the US or other countries to finish working on the album. People like to come to the US to work with producers and stuff because the producers here have a lot more clout and connection. Every producer in the US that has a successful career is able to create something and get it pretty far. Things like Grammy nominations, things like American media coverage are all things that are just the producer without the help from anyone else can do. So it opens a lot of doors. While nothing in these batches of photos RM posted implies the US, it could still mean that he is planning a trip. I don't know, but this would be pretty cool if he was planning that. RM also decided that he would go live and be a bit more active with that. I think he initially just wanted to chat and had no expectation or any thought about needing to address his recent controversy by sharing a Frank Ocean song. Quite frankly, when he shared it, he likely did not look into the song to see the controversy. He shared it along with many other idols who have shared it in the past, but it seemed like he only got controversy for sharing it. Makes sense why people in K-pop would get controversy if they believe that Frank Ocean was Islamophobic. The issue I'm having is that no one else ever really got backlash until RM shared it. Then people were bringing up the other artists who have then shared it, and then I believe it was the fandom trying to cancel the groups because the group's fandom was trying to cancel RM. BTS and K-pop have a very big Islam audience, so of course there's a controversy around this topic. It would be a bit hard to ignore the controversy. It bothers me that this issue got so big that I personally believe the only reason he was addressing it was because it was spammed in the comments during the live stream. He wanted to address those fans specifically and gave a statement in English. He said that there was no hate in his heart and that he had no intention of being mean. All of this was stuff that I believe and said before as well. And he asked for understanding. He talked about how he is 30 now and wants to share what he has in his heart. He also said something interesting, talking about how he has been holding back thoughts for 10 years that he never talks about. And it's interesting for him to bring it up here because this implies he definitely sees a lot of the drama that exists online and probably believes a lot of it doesn't make sense. RM also basically said the words that he is not apologizing. Of course, many people took this in different ways. Others were like me who say that he never needed to apologize to begin with because it's just a song, and they're happy that RM is finally standing up for himself. People have also long forgotten that songs are up for interpretation and some lyrics are meant to be satirical rather than taken literally. Other media sites took it as RM is not apologizing, and that is a bad thing. Some media sites have shamed him and some fans have opted to unstan or unfollow. A lot of accounts that have opted to do this are very interesting to me. The same people that I've seen opt to unfollow are the same people in their account that have made it clear that they would unfollow BTS if the members came out as gay, because that goes against a religion. A religion, first and foremost, is to be kind. And every religion talks about being kind to people, and even people who you don't agree with. And then second of all, how can you be a fan of K-pop and be homophobic? I know this is a wild question because how does that relate? Obviously, not every K-pop idol is gay, but how can you look at a bunch of men who are more softer looking and some K-pop idols wear crop tops and wear makeup? How can you look at that and say, I like that, but then turn around and be homophobic? These things I just mentioned obviously don't make you gay, but they're considered more feminine things. To go by this ideology of very traditional men need to be men, why do you then enjoy those quote-unquote feminine things I just mentioned? It makes no sense. So I am sure RM and many other BTS members would rather lose toxic fans that don't make an effort in understanding RM and BTS's message than to just keep them and get into drama every few months. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks, just leave a comment right here. Love you. Bye.